You've noticed it. You didn't want to admit it. You told yourself you were imagining things. But you've looked. You've compared. And you know, it's smaller than it used to be. Not just when it's cold. Not just at certain times. Consistently smaller. Visibly smaller. And it's been getting worse. You've never said this out loud. Not to your wife, not to your doctor, not to anyone, because how do you even bring that up? But here's what you need to know. You're not imagining it. It's real. It's happening to millions of men over 60. And there's a physical reason for it that no one talks about. In the next few minutes, I'm going to explain exactly why this happens, what's causing it, inside your body, right now, and what men are doing to stop it and even reverse it. This might be uncomfortable to hear. Watch anyway, because what you don't know is making it worse. Let me tell you what's actually happening. Your penis has internal chambers, spongy tissue that fills with blood. When blood flows in and the tissue expands, you get length and girth. When blood flows out, it returns to baseline. This is basic anatomy. You've known this since you were a teenager. But here's what changes after 60. When the tissue doesn't fill with blood regularly, it starts to shrink. Not the blood leaving, the actual tissue. The chambers themselves get smaller, the elastic fibers lose their elasticity, the spongy tissue becomes less spongy. This is called disuse atrophy. The same thing that happens to muscles you don't use. They shrink. And here's the problem. Your prostate has been slowly, quietly cutting off blood flow for years. The prostate sits at the base of your penis, right where the blood supply enters. As the prostate swells with inflammation, it compresses the blood vessels feeding the tissue. Less blood gets in, the tissue fills less often, the chambers don't expand like they used to. And over time, they lose the ability to expand at all. The tissue that should be stretching is forgetting how to stretch. This is why you've noticed shrinkage. Not because you're old, not because something is wrong with you mentally, because blood flow has been restricted long enough that the tissue is physically changing. And here's what makes this worse. Erections maintain penis size. Every erection is exercise for that tissue. Blood flows in, chambers expand, fibers stretch, tissue stays healthy. But what happens when erections become less frequent? When they become weaker? When they don't last? The tissue gets less exercise, less expansion, less blood, and it continues to shrink. This creates a cycle. Reduced blood flow causes weaker erections. Weaker erections cause less tissue exercise. Less exercise causes more shrinkage. More shrinkage causes even weaker erections. Every month this continues, the cycle accelerates. Let me ask you something personal. When was the last time you woke up with a strong morning erection? Not a partial one. A full one. If you can't remember, that's a sign. Morning erections aren't about arousal. They're maintenance. Your body's way of exercising that tissue while you sleep. Keeping blood flowing, keeping chambers expanded, keeping everything healthy. When morning erections disappear, the tissue stops getting its nightly maintenance. Shrinkage accelerates. This is why some men lose a full inch or more after 60. Not slowly, relatively quickly, once the cycle starts. Now here's what should make you angry. If you mentioned this to your doctor, you know what he'd say? That's normal aging, nothing to worry about. It happens to everyone. But that's not the whole truth. Yes, some reduction is common, but significant shrinkage is not inevitable. It's a symptom of restricted blood flow caused by prostate inflammation. And prostate inflammation is treatable. Your doctor isn't lying to you. He just doesn't connect these dots. He sees prostate issues as a urology problem. He sees penis size as a cosmetic concern. He doesn't see them as the same issue, but they are the same issue. The inflamed prostate is causing both. So what actually reverses this? The root cause is inflammation restricting blood flow. Fix the blood flow, the tissue starts getting what it needs again. Researchers have studied compounds that specifically reduce prostate inflammation. When the inflammation decreases, the prostate shrinks slightly. Blood vessels that were compressed start to open. Blood flow to the tissue increases. More blood flow means more natural erections. More erections mean more tissue exercise. More exercise means the chambers start to regain their capacity. Some men report that after a few months of restored blood flow, they've regained measurable size, not all of it, but enough to notice, enough that their confidence returns. This isn't magic, this is biology. Tissue that gets blood supply stays healthy and maintains size. Tissue that doesn't shrinks. The link in the description has the research on these compounds. Read it. Understand how this works. Then decide for yourself. But there's something else you can do, starting tonight. Force blood flow manually. This sounds strange, but listen. If your body isn't giving you natural erections frequently enough, you need to create them. Some doctors call this rehabilitation. It's exercise for the tissue. Whether through manual stimulation, a device, or even medication temporarily, the goal is the same. Get blood into that tissue regularly, stretch those chambers, keep the fibers elastic. Men who combine inflammation reduction with regular blood flow exercises see the fastest results. I need you to understand something. This is not about vanity. This is about health. The same restricted blood flow causing shrinkage is also causing weaker erections. The same inflammation is also causing urinary problems. Everything is connected. When you address the root cause, multiple problems improve at once. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't cause this through lifestyle or choices. This is what happens when prostate inflammation goes untreated for decades. But now you know. And knowing means you can do something about it. The shrinkage you've noticed doesn't have to continue. It doesn't have to be permanent. Your body can still respond if you give it what it needs. If you've noticed this happening to you, if you've seen the change and stayed silent about it, write in the comments, "I noticed this too." You have no idea how many men are watching this right now feeling exactly what you feel. Ashamed, confused, afraid to talk about it. Show them they're not alone. Show yourself. You're not alone. Subscribe for more videos like this, the stuff no one else talks about. Real problems, real science, real solutions. I'll see you in the next one.